So what you have here is you have this idea, again now, from a stronger stance. Being able to simply be aggressive, be a little bit late, right? And be incredibly late, and then turn the tide. Does that make sense? You've got these abilities. So, what of those three things? Why did we switch from Zenkutsudachi, bang, bang, Zenkutsudachi, Kokutsudachi to Zenkutsudachi? Why did we switch from that to Hangetsudachi? Bang, bang, right? Bang, 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 step, pull. Why did we switch to that stance? Hangetsudachi gives you, by its nature, by being an inside tension stance, it gives you the ability to grab the floor and become more stable, right? It gives you a different way, a different method of stability. Here, outside tension, this is a forward driving stance at its essence. Hangetsudachi is a stability driven stance at its essence. Yeah, it's a derivative of Zenkutsu, but its function is slippery floor. I've got to be able to hold my ground and trade blows. That's its feeling. And so what it does, by its nature, is it then gives you the ability to unbalance your opponent far easier. And in this particular way that we've done it, because we've effectively just done the kata hangetsu, right? What this does is the kata gives us the ability to simply unbalance the other person we're fighting against, right? So one easy example is here. Opponent's coming in, this leg here is coming forward, or we'll say this leg here is coming forward. They're stepping in on a straight punch this way, boom. And what I'm doing is I'm blocking here, blocking underneath with the uppercut, and then as the punch comes down, I'm pulling and throwing them over my leg. I'm unbalancing them in a forward action way. Does that make sense? They're coming, I'm stepping up, I'm stepping into them, the block happens here, the block, I drive this under, and then I pull and throw. This is the technique. And the kata, and many of you, I've done this on mic, I know I've done this on several of you, is this feeling, this slight change in action through the center, this drive and under for the uppercut, and this drive of the punch with the hook of the arm here and the drive down makes perfect sense. But the thing is that that's the opening move to the kata. And you see that same theme being exasperated throughout the entire kata. The second place, or the next place for the three that we looked at today, is from here. And what you do is you've got the same idea, the stepping across to the side, right? This time what you're doing is you're coming in, anchoring here, boom. The partner's coming in this way, but what you're doing is you're cutting round on the edge and coming in. And from here, hitting them here, grasping and pulling them down through the hole, right? So it can be this way where I've got my arm forward and hit. Alternatively, you can do it in the kata where I simply step round the other way, grab them this way and pull them into the hole here. It works either side. It doesn't matter whether this hand's forward or this hand's forward. So as I go, I think about this idea of here, hit. This is blocked. This has come up either cracked under the chin, cracked somewhere. From here, I can scoop my hand round, just grab them underneath, arms over here, grab, pull, and then just pull them down into this hole here. Straight over my legs, straight over my body. This kind of feeling. Right, so you can use this. So in this particular case, the first one unbalances the opponent here and sends them down this way. The second one comes in, unbalances the opponent here. Boom, hit. This could be to the eyes. It doesn't really matter. It can come underneath. It doesn't matter. They just come in. You're guiding them past here or even striking into the side of the hip or into the body here, into the side of the gut. Boom, boom. Then grab and then just rip them down. This feeling. Does that make sense? The third one, what's happening, is that you're here and you're late, you present something for them to grab, or you block, they fasten onto this arm. You pull back, their natural reaction is to pull the opposite direction. So what you do is you simply step onto that, gut them underneath, slam them down, hit, and then overwhelm them backwards. This kind of feeling. And each one of those requires that stability of stance. You see what I mean? One of them, you're coming in, scoot, hit, boom, down they go. Second one, scoot, pull, straight down they go. Third one here, stepping in, boom, bam, 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 you overwhelm, whoop, and upend them. And this is the secret, this is the cool part about Hangetsu. The whole kata is about unbalancing the opponent. And in order to do it with the way that Hangetsu wants you to do it, is you've got to have the strong, stable stance. Hangetsu. Does that make sense? And that's the point. That's the point of the kata. Okay? Because you can see, even when I go through my descriptions of the technique, of the applications, notice I'm like this hand could be hitting them in the eyes, it could be underneath, it could be swinging under the arm and hitting them under the chin this way, it could be, that doesn't matter what my hands are doing. What matters is my body position and how I use this just to guide them past, to slide the face in as I hit them with the haito, right? All of those kinds of things are what matter, right? It's just bang, hit. And then once I've got this, then I've got this. And I need the stance, hit, body, action to be able to do that. Does that make sense? So let's practice those actions one more time just to finish off today. So the first one, Geramrai, Uchuken, Zenkutsudachi, Gyakuzuki. Ready? Ish. Good. Other leg. Knee. Good. Now Hangetsu. Same thing. Ish. Knee. Good. Now from here, blocking, Geramrai Uchuken. Zenkutsudachi. Ish. Other side. Knee. Good. Now Hangetsu. Open your choice of how you have your hands. Then pull. Ish. Knee. Good. Now from here, basic kokutsu, step across, kick, punch. Just hit them. Straight into zenkutsu. Drive through them. Ish. So in this case, all you're doing is just driving them back. Step, boom, and they just go off fine. The next one, notice, it's more controlled. It's about stopping them and then getting them to arch backwards. Now from here, other side. Ish. Drive. Now the next one, more refined. Feel in the kick. You gut them. This is to stop them. This grounds them. Then punch them in the gut to double them over. Then what? Arch them back. This feeling. Ready? Ish. And then step. Good. Use the stance. Use the stability of the stance. Other side. Ish. Good. Good. Arms forward. Backwards. Out and in. Good. Over. Over. Good. And forward. Good. Zenkutsu. Other side. Good. And up. So hopefully today you learned something new about Hangetsu if you already know the kata. If you didn't, hopefully this gives you some new thing or something new in terms of a useful stance to be able to work on. So with that, hey, Sudachi. Hey, us. Good. Thank you very much. Have an awesome evening, everybody.